Good morning to you. I am Mark Sudduth, and here's what's up in the tropics for Wednesday, the 13th of July, 2022. In the Atlantic Basin, not much going on. There's this one area that we were watching, still watching it, but it's only going to be a rain threat for parts of the central Gulf Coast. Very little chance of further development from this system, so we'll move on to the eastern Pacific, where we still have Darby out there, gradually starting to weaken over the open waters of the East Pac. Then we have another area well on its way to developing, probably into another hurricane there in the eastern Pacific. It will remain off the coast of Mexico, and most of the guidance indicates that this system, too, will move on out into the open Pacific and not be of any bother to anybody. Here's the satellite animation of the Atlantic Basin this morning. A pretty active intertropical convergence zone way out here in the deep tropics, a couple of very active tropical waves. Then we have this very easy to spot upper level low part of the tropical upper tropospheric trough pattern, or TUTT, T-U-T-T. That upper level pattern not favorable at all for development. However, these tropical waves out here, going back to those, very interesting to see this kind of activity. There is some dry air out there, Saharan air layer interaction, yet we still have these vigorous tropical waves trying to combat against those otherwise hostile background conditions. There is some energy out there trying to coalesce and come together, again, despite that unfavorable background state. I'll show you the modeling in just a minute. Maybe just a small window of development opportunity coming up. There is the very weak and elongated area of vorticity or energy associated with the system in the Gulf of Mexico. Make no mistake, it will bring some heavy rainfall at times for portions of the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, Mississippi, and parts of southeastern Louisiana from all of that energy and moisture that is down there. You can see that on the radar animation here, just a little bit there along the I-10 corridor. Nothing too ridiculously heavy and nothing widespread. It's not nearly as concentrated as we once feared earlier in the week, as the system looked a little bit more, I don't want to say threatening, but it looked like it could be more organized earlier in the week than what it ended up being, and that certainly is good news. So here's the GFS at the 850 millibar level, the 6Z run this morning. You notice this one particular tropical wave does try to get a little bit better organized out there in the deep tropics as it rolls on across there towards the Windward Islands. This goes out to 72 hours, so we're going to want to watch that beyond the 3-day time frame in the Windward Islands. And if we switch and look at the 5,000-foot winds, so again, something to watch. There's no mention of it from the National Hurricane Center just yet, but it is out there, and it is a piece of energy that will eventually make its way towards the islands and into the Caribbean from there. That is it from me for today. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. As always, thanks for tuning in. This has been What's Up in the Tropics. Again, I'm Mark Sudduth. I'll be back with more for you tomorrow.